If you are single, dating, in a relationship, we need to have a girl chat. I really need you to listen up. This wisdom is gold. Now, when you're young and dating, you're not really thinking about long-term stuff, and that's okay. I know a lot of women like to go for the bad boys, and they'll settle for barely a text back and the bare minimum. The standard for dudes is getting so much lower when your standard needs to be getting so much higher. And I know that when you're young and you're dating, you're not really thinking about the long-term implications of if you do build a future with that person. So let me save you a lot of heartache and give you some wisdom that can save you.
Oh, how funny. The bar for men is getting so much lower, or has been so much lower. It really is quite the opposite, you know? I don't know very many male TikTok creators, from what I've seen, that are out here making laundry lists of what they want from men. You just couldn't be more wrong, and I feel like the rest of her content's pretty much going to be something silly. Women should really focus on finding a long-term partner in their early 20s when they have that, you know, their best years, when they're in their golden years. It's just that simple. But, you know, women don't want to tell women that. They want to tell women that, hey, you can be a boss babe and you can date around for as long as you want. Some amazing guy's going to come for you when you're 40 and have 12 cats. Wrong. Let's get into the compilation.
I met my now husband when I was 21 years old. He was one of the nicest, most persistent
Color me surprised.
men I had ever met in my life. I never had to question if he was interested in me, if he wanted me, if he loved me. He was willing to do literally whatever it took to make sure that I was happy and that he held on to me. Meanwhile, I was seeing so many of my college friends settle for the absolute bare minimum from these guys because they were like bad boys and they were fun, they were exciting, whatever. Well, I ended up marrying that nice guy. We've been together for 9 years, and this man has the same quality character traits that he had then, even more developed now as a 30-year-old man. Let me give you a perfect example. He's on a work trip. He was just in a work meeting, texted me, hey, have you eaten lunch yet? I get pretty wrapped up in my work day and didn't think about it. I go to the front door, he has a sandwich delivered for me to make sure that I'm fed.
Okay, like, amazing man, but your woman is not a child anymore. She should be able to take the time out of her day to realize that, hello, I need to eat. What are you doing with your life that you're that wrapped up in it? Just what else?
Mom was feeling super burnt out the other day and wanted to go for a walk and realized that her sneakers had a hole in one of them. What did he do? He went online and he ordered her a pair of sneakers. My little sister had a long day at work. He texted her an encouraging text message to try and pick her up. If something needs to be done around the house, he's the first one to do it. This man showed me when he was 21 years old that he had these characteristics, and now I'm with such a gem of a human being, and I am so thankful that I didn't settle for any of the bad boys that were worth a chase back in the day. Because now I'm with somebody that treats me like a motherfucking queen. And you deserve the exact same thing. So if you are settling for the bare minimum right now, if you are seeing characteristics in a person that you're interested, chasing, dating, in a relationship with, whatever, that you don't want long term, get rid of them. There's still great men in this world, and you deserve to have one of them. It is better to be on your own, happy, and know your worth, than to be with somebody that makes you question your worth. Yo, we need.
Wow, what a clip. So, again, there was nothing really there that showed me what that woman brought to the table. I know that they hate that term. What do you bring to the table? That guy's above and beyond. No, you don't need to be like that. In fact, he's like so selfless, it's actually kind of cringy. I can only really think of one time where I've talked to an ex's parents and tried to do something nice for them, but it's because they had a loss in their family and it was sad. I think if you were a decent human being, you'd reach out to them and try to provide some sort of comfort in their life. But again, like, that's just crazy. Wow. All right. We need to talk. What do we need to talk about?
Talk. My man said the most profound thing ever to me. And I just want to tell you, they're out there. These conscious, like divine, healed, masculine energy, baby, it's out there. Let me tell you, my man and I were laying in bed and he got triggered by something because we had like 2 years where we were separated and we found our way back to each other. He got
That face and that says it all. What'd you do in those 2 years? Yikes, man. Any man that does that, I just can't believe you.
triggered by something we were talking about our.
And to be clear with what I mean by that is separate from somebody or leave a relationship open for 2 years and then come back into it. You gotta think of all the stuff that's happened in that 2 years, right? Gross.
Time in separation when I was with someone else and he was with other people, and he like openly acknowledged, like, no, this is just something within me. I just got to work in it within myself. It has nothing to do with you. Like, it's okay. We're fine. I just, like, this is bringing something up in me. I just got to work through it. First of all, that's so odd. That is so, please, ovaries. So then,
right,
I was like, okay, awesome. Like, that felt good because the amount of unconscious men I've been with is just, so I was like, this is awesome. But then he got a little quiet and I was like, ooh, I don't like that. That's uncomfortable. That's a little uncomfy. So I started to try to like talk about the problem. I was like, okay, well, why don't we talk about it? Like, what's going on? Like, can you tell me what the problem is? Like, what's triggering you? Da, 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 da. And normally, you know, I totally thought I was just coming from like a really good place of like being concerned. And I was at first, but then it took it too far when he was like, no, it's okay. Like, I actually don't want to bring it to you yet until I figured more of it out. Like, I want to give myself the ability to process myself. So you're saying it's not my responsibility to be your healer and help you figure it out? My ring size is 7, please. So anyway, so he's a little quiet. I'm still uncomfortable, so I'm still pushing. I'm still like, baby, we should just talk about it. We're supposed to talk about it, da, da, da. And
I just don't like the behavior of this woman. Man, she's like pushing him to explain his feelings to her when he's trying to figure it out in his head. Because I get it, guys sometimes don't know exactly why they're feeling the way that they do, and it doesn't come to them until like 10 minutes, an hour, a day, a week, a month later. It takes us longer to, you know, experience the emotions that we're feeling and really sort it out within ourselves because we're taught to not feel and to just get things done and stop being a crybaby and all this derogatory bullshit. But yeah, okay, what else?
he goes, you know what? I just realized something, and I just want to like bring it up because I realized that a lot of our issues the first time when we were dating, which was my last year of college and then my first year into like post-grad. So I was young. I was like 21 basically. He was like, when we used to get in conflict, you would do this. You would like try to talk about it with me when I just needed a process. He's very Libra. He needs a lot of time to process. I just needed a
Okay, and that's not a problem. But again, doing the whole woo-woo consciousness, astrological signs, you're not helping.
process, and you would try to solve it because you were uncomfortable in the discomfort. Instead of just learning to let me figure it out, you would try to do that and it would just put a band-aid on it. So it never solved the problem. And because it never solved the problem, that's why your issues kept coming up, because you never even gave me the opportunity to solve it myself. I was so wet. Oh my God. Pussy throbbing. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, I really didn't need to know that. And to the women that are watching, or that surprisingly watch my content, is emotional intelligence something that gets you off? Like, I get being on the point and on the level and understanding things, but This woman, I think, is just so aligned with her chakras. I don't know what to say.
Was like, ding, 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 ding. Sir, you are correct. You are 1000% correct. I did not realize I was doing that, but you are right, because that's how I feel right now. I feel very uncomfortable in your silence and in your distance, and I'm just trying to solve the problem. But you're right. That's literally why our issues kept coming up. And I realized toddlers do not learn motor skills from watching an adult show them how to build motor skills. They build motor skills from literally getting their hands on it and doing it themselves. Okay? So I was trying to stop him from experiencing things because of my own discomfort.
AKA, you were the problem.
Floored. I was floored. Best conversation of my entire life, and that was the moment. I mean, there were many, many moments. I've always known this about him, but I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
I'm the problem.
This is it. I'm going to have your children. This is not negotiable at this point, because that was hot. That was real hot.
Going on a date with someone.
The title itself says S tier rage bait. It's more like my brain is imploding. Woman takes zero accountability for causing emotional distress to her partner. God damn. Let's continue. Okay.
That you met while you were drinking is, I imagine what it's like to go on a blind date set up by yourself, because I feel like when I'm drinking, my interests and stuff like that, they don't quite line up with my sober self. So I have no idea, like I have a very vague recollection of who this man is. It could go really well. Maybe I was really looking after myself.
No you weren't. It sounds like you got a drinking problem there if you can't remember who the hell you were talking to.
I doubt it, but we'll see.
Tell me how I woke up to 100 text messages from a man who literally has a girlfriend, mad that I wasn't answering him. Which brings me to my point that being single literally gives me more trust issues than being in a relationship. This being when you're single, you literally see a plethora of men with wives, fiancés, girlfriends in your DMs, liking your pictures, your stories, swiping up on your stories, following you when you don't even know who they are. And their first.
Here's the thing about social media. You don't have to interact with them. You can block them. Hello?
Post when you look at their page is their girlfriend, how much they love them. This is a daily occurrence. So I think personally it's worse when you're single, because you're seeing all of this. You're seeing so many men doing this versus if you were in a relationship and one man did you dirty. I literally sent the guy a picture of my shirt, let me sleep and go blow up your girlfriend's phone.
Oh boy, women just making issues for themselves and crying about it online. Ooh, frickety who. Men would love to get that kind of attention, but it just doesn't happen. We're too busy working to keep this world afloat. Not to say that women don't do things to keep this world afloat. They got their own benefits, they got their own stuff going on that keeps this lovely world working too, but don't see men crying about that kind of stuff online, do you? In any case, we're gonna wrap it up here. This one was a bit longer. That was a bit long. Do me a huge favor if you haven't already. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the no. Better idea. Go check out Locke's content. Locke the Bounty Hunter. Check out the pinned comment below. Would greatly appreciate if you gave his videos a watch. In any case, always do your due diligence. If you're choosing to date women in their 30s, the different story from the women that you're dating in your 20s, and for the older men out here, the ones that are in their 40s. Oh boy, that'd be an interesting compilation to see. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.